Welcome back to another prophetic word with Michael the Archangel, and I am he, the real Michael the Archangel. And let me say that while YouTube is interfering with my video at this time, I want y'all to understand that there are other channels out there that are falsely using my name, taking away from my content, and also taking away from any opportunities for our ministry to grow. Therefore, understand I had to put the title of this channel and change it several times in order to separate myself from the AI interventions and the untruths that are being told to you in my name. If you ever pay attention to those different channels, brothers and sisters, as we begin this live, and I would ask for each and every one of you to give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're in the chat. Conversate in the chat and we can go further. But what I want to talk to you about today, not just about how they're taking away from the truth, but I want to talk to you today, as you saw the title, it is called Babylon is Falling. And the reason that it is falling, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, is because you see what is going on now in America. Now, before we go any further, let me ask you to do something for me in our ministry. Would you be so kind as to hit that like button, the subscribe notification button, and the all bell notification button? So therefore, YouTube will not personalize you and just select whenever they choose to put out the content. You would hear all the content as it goes. I also have music on my channel, and I've been doing music for over 40 years. Actually, it'll be 41 years this year. The Houston rapper K Reno, who actually helped me get my start, reminded me of that on yesterday. But I digress. Now we want to get into the topic, and if you're listening to this live stream today, you're officially becoming a member of Point of Light Church. That is the name of my church, Point of Light Church. We're a non-denominational church, for we are faith-based and faith truth-based only. We don't adhere to any other authorities or organizations that will make you have a certain content that you can put out to the public or sermons you can speak at different times. We speak the truth as the Lord gives it to us. Now, this channel here, I'm going to change it a little bit because it seems like you just don't want to pay attention or you don't want to listen. As this live has been going in now for over 3 minutes, nobody is commenting or in here. So when you see this video on a replay, you'll understand some of what is going on. The egregiousness that is going on is because Babylon has been already set into place and is falling. Remember, we're always sponsored and provided by the narrow path. And through the narrow path is the way to salvation. The broader path takes you into damnation. Now, we got all that business out of the way, and I know that was a mouthful to intake, but I want to get into the sermon. I'm going to read to you today from Revelations 18. For the truth is the truth, and those that are listening to those people who are telling you lies to trick you out of your money, they're not giving you the truth. So I'm going to give you the truth, and I want you to understand the truth as it really comes from the Lord. And as I read, and John stated, and after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having a great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried a mighty and strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, what I want you to understand about that, brothers and sisters, and I will take this live may be a little long today, but you need to get a clear understanding and have a concise mental state and to indoctrinate your fortitude in your body and your spirit to understand what you're up against. For this is war. We're at war. This is spiritual war. The Bible clearly states that you go to war. There's wars and rumors of wars. The rumors of wars is what Elon Musk Well, let's correct that. Elon Musk thinks that China is a threat, Venezuela is a threat, or that the Panama Canal is a threat, or Canada is a threat, or Mexico is a threat. No, those are not threats. Those are rumors of wars. What's going on between the Ukraine and Russia, that is part of wartime, actually. But the real war is a spiritual warfare that goes on and is consistent and it never stops. For I go before thee with my angels, and we fight for you. You don't even know it. You wake up, you go about your day, and you don't even realize that those are forces out there protecting you, going before you. My neighbors don't even know who I truly am and that I protect them in certain situations and circumstances. For truly, you have to be holy and set apart in order to get my assistance. And if you're not part of the hierarchy of the heavens, you have no assistance from me. You have resistance from me, and you have oppression and opposition from me. Now, in the next verse, in verse 3, it says, "For all nations have drunk the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and her kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." Now, what does that mean, Pastor Angel, if you will? It means that because you see what this sitting administration in U.S. government are doing with these tariffs, starting commodities wars against other allies of ours just because they want to do something. It's crazy, isn't it? You can't really understand why would they do such a thing, but the Bible states that this is what they're doing. They're drunk off of her fornication. The fornication, and understand fornication, the word fornication is what the word is. They have mistreated everyone to get richer, to fill their coffers, their pockets, their bank accounts, to get richer and have everybody else poor. And they got drunk. They celebrated on January 20th. Was that January 20th this year? The celebration of a slain African-American melanated king, melanated man, Martin Luther King. On his day of celebration, they inaugurated the devils. And they celebrated with wines and spirits. Remember, they had a big party. That's what that means. Then in verse 4, and it says, "I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, for that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues." Now understand, it's millions of people, tens of thousands, millions of people around the United States right now protesting this actual administration that's in power right now and the wrongdoings that they're doing. None of them are getting sick with the plagues that have been already ordained and sent, the Egyptian plagues. The Bible clearly says they're Egyptian plagues, people, so don't get it twisted. No one's going after Egypt. Egypt and all Egyptians are African people. They're melanated people, whether they want to believe it or not. But these plagues were ordained and written thousands of years ago that they would happen at this time. So it is happening. You see the outbreaks of the measles is going around Texas. Here where I live in Texas, South Texas to be exact. And what happened in the year of 2020, the Alpha and Omega year, y'all didn't know that. How lost have you been? For ye it is time for you to open your eyes and stay woke. For not allow them to cover thine eyes up with a scale or veils anymore. For the weight of justice have turned, and it has not turned towards evil. For evil is blindly trying to lead you into darkness, to lead you into your own demise and destruction. For therefore it cannot happen, and I shall not allow that to happen, for I can't. Know that what they're doing is not going to last. This time impeachment will stand. There are videos out on this platform and others that are speaking of what I taught you in December, that they took the election with Starlink. Now Anonymous has come out and told you. They're drunk with power and they're fornicating an untruth amongst the people to believe that you are doing the right thing by following behind the devil. But the Bible clearly states, and you can see it if you go into Revelations 20, that all those who follow behind him will be incarcerated in the Lord's ninth level of hell with him and burned for 1,000 years. So they have fornicated and found out. They fornicated around. Now they're finding out, right? They are. For her sins, in verse 5, it says, for her sins have reached unto the heavens, and God hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewards you, and double unto her, double according to her works, in the cup which she has filled, and filled her cup with double. So the pain that they're applying upon us, you see how fast it's coming back to Elon Musk? You see how fast the stocks are tumbling down for Tesla? Crazy, huh? It's coming back to them double, quicker, faster than they could ever imagine. Everything that this elusive plan of slavery, the projection of 2025 that they put out there, how it is crumbling in their face. For Babylon is falling and nothing is really working. See, if you stay in the lane of fear, you'll always be fearful. But if you jump out of that lane of fear and stop being fearful and get into that bold lane, you'll be emboldened and strong and filled with the strength that you need to get to the next level. Something to really soak in and think about, right? Can the church say amen? Thank you. Thank you. Amen. How much, in verse 7, how much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow given to her, for she saith to her heart, I sit a queen, and I am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. See, the Statue of Liberty sits out there like a queen with no remorse, no acceptance of any kind of guilt or pain that she has inflicted upon this country. It was supposed to be a symbolism and a sign for peace, prosperity, freedom, but it was a lie all the while. For she is the great whore that the Bible speaks of, the Statue of Liberty that they so much want. Well, take her and give her back to the ones who instilled the whoredom of her in this country. For this country was stolen from the original people, the originals, above aboriginal. Get the clear understanding. This country does not belong to Europeans. The Europeans fled slavery of their own and found this country after a melanated slave had to wake up Christopher Columbus because he was drunk after he was self-pleasuring himself and drinking alcohol and partaking of different scented spirits. You understand what I'm saying? Christopher Columbus discovered his backyard, which was Spain. He did not discover this country right here known as America. A slave at the time, a melanated man, a scout with the optical to look out and find land, to say, land ho. That was his job. So it was not discovered by Christopher Columbus. A person who was an alcoholic and a drug abuser puts you in the mind of Elon Musk, doesn't it? A liar in chief. A person who comes forth to take credit for something that they do not rightly deserve.
See, the truth hurts. And I'm sorry I'm out of Band-Aids. But since you're in this church building right now, you can get saved and redeemed right as I speak. So as the tone of my voice resonates in your spirit, understand I am here for protection, not here for destruction. For the regime that is in power right now comes in the name of the devil. They come in with the fortitude and mindset that they want to kill, steal, and destroy. They're killing off all the programs that were set in place, actually, that were to set people in a better position, that was placed there to help individual people. They're destroying everything in front of you daily. And they're stealing your joy because so many of you are upset of the choice that you made. You didn't want a woman, nor did you want a melanated woman to be in power. You tolerated the melanated man when he was in power, for you found out ahead of time that he was related to the vice president of the last administration that was about to end. So you allowed that because you said he was mixed, and that's okay. She's mixed, but that's not okay. For the Bible clearly said in Revelation 17 that she would be in power for the last time. And she is in power. She just likes to wear pantsuits and put on orange makeup. I said what I said, and I will not change it because I have no fear of man. For man is weak. The flesh is weak, vulnerable, easily manipulated. All you got to do to her, all you got to do is go and tell her how nice they look, how the stench of their body smells so appealing to them. Just lie to them. For that's the double portion that they're getting back what they've given to you. For the Bible clearly states, and it says it in Leviticus, it says in Deuteronomy, it says, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. For if you come against God's children, the whole wrath of the heavens shall be placed upon you. And I read on. And in verse 8, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in her one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord who judges her. See, the Lord said he would not destroy the earth by water again. He said the next time it's going to be fire. So Babylon is about to burn. You know, it's not just a song from the 80s and 90s. The roof is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the roof just burn. You thought I was going to put a cuss word in like that stealing channel from me likes to do with the AI perception and tell you lies. No. See, this is why I'm the real one, because I don't come to you in that manner, even though I have the authority to spit fire from my mouth as I choose to do so. I have the authority to bring forth any and all as I have done so far, plagues to scorch this earth with. And I've also already dispatched the first rider, the pale rider, to come across this earth. So this is why you're seeing what's happening today. Fear ye not of me, but fear ye what I am in authority to do for you and also against you. And the kings of the earth, in verse 9, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her, when they shall see that smoke of her is burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And in verse 11, it says, and the merchants, and the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Let me pause right there for a second. Let this soak in real good. Let this marinate on your brain, because what's going on with the tariffs? The UK is sending everything back to America, Teslas and all. Canada sending everything back to America because they like to call it America. You got to call it America. See, that's ignorance speaking because you're being led by 2 incompetent individuals. 3, if you add in she, they, must, and you add in she, they, must. Y'all don't get what I'm saying? JD, Elon, and Dum Dum. She, they, must. Because they musky. They funky for real. So you got an oligarch that's running this country. Demagogues. You know? MAGA, right? Meta, Apple, Google, and Amazon. That's who's running it right now. That's who's running the country for real. MAGA is running the country. But that's Metadon, Adenon, Gabals, and Azil. That is the real demons that are behind them that's running this. I'm trying to get y'all to understand something. And 21 minutes in, nobody's watching. I like this. Because you don't want to hear the truth. But I'm going to let you know the truth. That they're drunk with power, but they're losing double every day because they lined up with the Antichrist. It's not a win-win situation. It's a falsely projected win situation. That's why their projection of 25 was a loss. No one's going to go back to slavery. And white people they darn sure don't want to go back to slavery or go to slavery because white people were enslaved too. Y'all didn't know that, huh? You thought it was only black people? No. Asians were enslaved. They got reparations. The Jewish people, the Khazar Jews, the fake Jews, they were enslaved. They got reparations. You get it? The Irish, they got reparations. Just us. Even the Hispanics, the Browns, they got reparations. You know how they got reparations? If you're around Texas, you'll see a Hispanic person in a brand new jacked up truck every day of the year. Brand new. Can't speak a lick of English or not good English or broken English, but they got brand new cars. They get all this. But a black man who's born here in this country, worked hard all the time, tried to build up his credit, they knock it down. And they think that is proper. I'm going to do a sermon to tell y'all what y'all been missing in plain sight on your birth certificates. Look in the leaf. It's a little bitty word. You might have to get some spectacles or a magnifying glass to look in, but it's going to be saying that your birth certificate is held by a bank and trust company. That means you're property of the United States. And I'm going to do a sermon to teach you how to become a sovereign citizen and how to get what is rightly deserved if you're a melanated person, whatever shade of melanin that you have. I'll read on. Excuse me. In verse 12, it said, the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linens and purples and silks and scarlets and the fine wood and all manner of vessels of ivory and all manners of vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble and cinnamon and odors and ornaments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour, wheat and the beasts and the sheep and the horses and the chariots and the slaves and the souls of men and the fruit that thy soul justified after the department from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee. For thou soul shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of all these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with the gold and precious stones and pearls, for the 1 hour so real riches is come to a knot, and every shipmaster and all the companies in ships and the sailors and the many as trade by sea stood afar off. And the cry when they saw the smoke of the burning, saying, what city is like unto the great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and they cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, at the great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the seas by reason of her constance. For in 1 hour is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone, like a great millstone, and cast it into the sea, saying, Thus with violence shall the great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Now, brothers and sisters, you see what's going on right now, right? All that they're doing, they're casting this country into the ocean, tearing it up, destroying it all, making it where no one wants to trade with this country. So those who were rich in this country, these CEOs, CFOs, they're not making money anymore, because the reason why they're not making money anymore, because they have listened to the wrong oligarchical authority. Doge. What does Doge mean? Demagogues, organized, gathering everything. You know, Doge should really mean is degrading oligarchs gathering everything. That's what it is. They're determined to take everything. And what they're going to do with it. Because if you deport everybody, the black and brown people, the Asian people, the Irish people, the Scottish people that you don't like, if you deport everybody and you just have a few people, you know, that's rich left, who's going to cut the grass? Who's going to pump the gas? Who's going to get your Happy Meal together at Mickey D's? Who's going to do all the things, fix the roads, bridges, turn the lights on, do all these things, cut their hair, wash their clothes? Who's going to do these things? You'll see tumbleweeds flipping and rolling through the country everywhere, because they're not going to do it. You know, you want to deport somebody, deport this guy who is an illegal alien to this country, because his visa did expire. Y'all forgot about that in 2009. Did y'all go blind? I'm trying to tell y'all something, lace y'all up on something good, but will you listen? Nah, you don't want to know the truth. Truth is truth. The truth is real, and the truth hurts. See, Elon Musk he is an artistic person who is taking cocaine and ketamine and smoking marijuana, popping pills, drinking alcohol, going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, and y'all are sitting here watching it like it's normal. So that means something's wrong with you mentally, because you're accepting it. For all those who accept the nonsense that's going on, you're just as mentally unstable as they are. And see, y'all don't like the word that's spelled R-E-T, right? You didn't want me to put a retarded. But see, to be retarded, to be anything, you have to first be something. So they are already tarded. They're already tarded, unstable, temporarily, egregiously reformed and demented. Yeah. And y'all like that. Okay, let me finish this up so I can let you go, because evidently I'm taking up too much of your time, because the truth and reasoning is not what you want to put on your mind. You want to put nonsense out there and get back to your sporting events and whatnot. So let me go ahead and finish this up real quick for you to allow you to be where you want to be. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a millstone in verse 21. And then in verse 22, and the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. And no craftsman in whatsoever crafts shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of the millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee. And the light of the candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and the bride shall be heard no more at all thee. And for thee merchants were the great men of the earth, and for by the sorceries were all nations deceived. and all in her was found the blood of prophets and the saints of all that were slain upon the earth. Amen and amen. Can the church say amen? I want y'all to really get a clear understanding of what's going on. Babylon has truly fallen, and we're living in Babylon. And the great representation of Babylon is New York. And who comes from New York according to what you believe, what was told to you? See, you didn't search it for yourself. Yeah, he's originally from Germany. His father was part of the alt-right. He was a soldier in the alt-right who deflected here to the United States in 1928. But y'all didn't know that because y'all didn't care, because the skin tone, what matters in the price of eggs. When the price of eggs was 99 cents a carton, you wasn't doing nothing but going egging people's houses, buying toilet paper, people's houses. Y'all didn't care then. So you don't care until your water run dry that the well was necessary. You don't care that you need the air conditioner so you can breathe. You don't care about anything till it really affects you. So now you have FAFO'd, and I hope you really understand that it is your time to go through this chaos, for it was written. And now that you understand what was written about you and for you, you can get a clear and concise understanding that Babylon is truly fallen. It is fallen, and it's falling because I'm destroying it. And anything that's going on, the weather and everything, it's because of me. I control it. I have the hierarchical authority to do whatever I need to do. Trust you not in me. Read Revelations 11, 7 through 9. And it'll tell you that I can do anything at will. And I will continue to do that. If you want to donate to this channel, please do so. Go to Cash App and go to capital MIC, capital DOLLA 16. That is me. You'll see my face. Okay. We really appreciate it. All the time you spent with us today. We're going to do our devotion now. We're going to let the door to the church be open. We're going to let the church go ahead and go into a state of rest. Until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you in the palm of his holy hands, wrapped in the confines of his glorious wings. And may the Lord bless the readers and doers of his word. Amen. Salah, L'chaim, Achminivin, Dorne, Pingwa. Peace.